Sir Isaac Newton, better known as Isaac Newton, was an English physicist and mathematician. Not just any scientist, the man born in 1963 even became the peak figure of the 17th century scientific revolution. One of his most famous findings is the theory of gravity. This theory emerged when Newton was sitting under an apple tree and saw the fruit falling to the ground. Isaac Newton, born on January 4, 1643 in Woolsthorpe, Lincolnshire, England. Uniquely, the scientist's name is apparently the same as the name of his father, who died 3 months before Newton's birth. Little Newton grew up and lived with his grandmother, because his mother, Hannah Ayscough, remarried a wealthy priest named Barnabas Smith. During the scientific revolution, Newton began his studies at Trinity College, Cambridge. At this time, astronomers no longer adhered to the geocentric system of the universe thought by Aristotle and Plato, but had elaborated a heliocentric system of the universe. It was this development which gave a lot of influence to Newton's thinking. Newton's influence by scientists during the scientific revolution is known from his writing entitled Questions Quidem Philosophicae, or Certain Philosophical Questions. On the note, he wrote the slogan, "Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my best friend is the truth." Newton's thinking became more open, thanks to Galileo Galilei's findings about the Earth circling the Sun. From this theory he realized that mathematics is a way to prove the existence of laws that govern the universe. Newton's interest in the universe made him think, what influenced the moon to circle the Earth, and the Earth was able to circle the Sun? Like an inspiration, an apple fell from the tree branch he was sitting on. According to him, the cause of the apple falling is the same thing that causes the moon to go around the sun, and the Earth to go around the sun. From that simple incident, Newton understood that an object with a larger mass will attract objects with a smaller mass. This is what causes humans not to float in the air. As proof of this theory of gravity, he calculated the force needed to keep the moon circling the Earth, and compared it to the force that makes an apple fall. As it turned out, the results were the same. Newton then introduced the theory of gravity to the world, where objects have a gravitational force that attracts each other. Not only the theory of gravity, the British scientist also coined other theories. One of them is Newton's law, which was first written in a book entitled Principia in 1687. Broadly speaking, Newton's law is a law of physics, which explains the displacement of an object when a force acts on the object. This law is further divided into 3 types. 1. Newton's first law. Newton's first law, also known as the law of inertia. This law states that if the resultant force acting on an object is 0, then an object that is initially at rest will remain at rest. In addition, an object that is initially moving straight and regular will also forever move straight and regular at a fixed speed. Two. Newton's second law. Newton's second law states that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the total force acting on it, and inversely proportional to the mass of the object. As for the direction of acceleration, it will be the same as the direction of the total force acting. Three. Newton's Law 3. Newton's Law 3, also known as the law of reaction-action. This law states that if an object is pushed or pulled, it will push or pull equally in the opposite direction. Other discoveries of Isaac Newton. In addition to the legendary theory of gravity and Newton's law, this British scientist also discovered several other theories from various fields of science. In the field of optics, Newton discovered the composition of white light, which integrated the phenomenon of color into the science of light. His findings became the basis for modern physical optics. In the field of mechanics, the combination of Newton's three laws and the basic principles of modern physics resulted in the formulation of the law of universal gravitation. As for the field of mathematics, Newton discovered calculus calculations that are able to calculate numbers to the smallest. Newton's thoughts were then written down in a book entitled Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica, or Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, in 1687. This book became one of the most important single works in the history of modern science.